Good morning and welcome back to a very cold, frosty morning down on Dartmoor with Paul. We've come down this morning and come down to Venford Reservoir at the moment, and we've been out for maybe half an hour or so now, and a couple of shots shot, but nothing really special. There's no cloud above us today. Some lovely light now, but nothing special. If there is anything any good, I'll pop them up on screen for you in a minute, but we're just walking around having a look, and we're going to head down to Venford Falls. Some lovely waterfalls and little areas of some water falling, and have a look down there and see if we can get some nice light and some nice images down there. So we're going to mosey on down there and see what we can find. But beautiful morning, very cold, gloves are on, hats are on. Let's go and have a look, see what we can find. Making our way down towards the waterfalls. You can probably hear them actually. What caught my eye actually, as the sun is just breaking over the top of the hill there, everywhere is covered in frost and it looks stunning, really nice. It was probably about -5 up here last night. It was about -2 at home, and everywhere is covered in like a light frosting, and it looks beautiful. And you get these like old bracken leaves, and they hold the frost really well, and even that's got frost on it. And looking down at your feet as I was walking along here, I can see lots of abstract little compositions that catch my eye. With the side light coming across the hill here, yeah, it just caught my eye like that. So 24 to 105 on, looking straight down at the floor, and I basically just walked around and tried to find areas of these bracken leaves sort of thing, these brown leaves that I like. Covered in frost and hitting and catching the side light, and yeah, and just taking a shot and seeing how it comes out, and it looks really nice from the back of my camera. I think it's going to be really nice edited. So settings wise, about f16, ISO 50. Shutter speed's really irrelevant because nothing's really moving. Touch of polarization, and just making sure that focus is absolutely pin sharp, just to bring out all that detail in the eyes. A nice image to start the day. Beautiful day, very cold. So yeah, let's grab a shot and then head on down to the waterfalls. So I made it down to the waterfalls, and really cold here this morning. I've worked up a bit of a sweat now, but it has been very chilly. It's nice to see some frost on the ground and it actually get a bit colder in January, because it's been very warm up until about now. So gloves on, hat on, and oh yeah, if you haven't heard of Valorec gloves, photography gloves before, I really recommend them. Nice and toasty this morning, and really easy to be able to use your dials and use your camera just as you should. and still keep nice and warm. So just down there where Paul is, can't quite see him, is Benford Falls. They're just here and over here. I'm going to head down there in a moment. The water runs all the way down there, and they're beautiful twin falls, and it's just a gorgeous composition. And if you've been following my channel for a while, I've been down here I think once or twice before, but not for a couple of years actually, so I'm looking forward to getting another shot down there with the Lumix. So it's quite loud, so I'll get down there, get some shots, shoot some B-roll, and pop the images up on screen for you guys in a minute. But a beautiful, beautiful location on Dartmoor, well worth a visit, and it's even better in the snow. So let's go and get some shots. Okay, so I've set up an image. I apologise for the noise, it's very, very loud down here. And it's a very, very hard location to shoot photographically, and it's a very hard location to shoot for filming for YouTube. You get very wet, there's a lot of spray, but it is a magical, magical location on Dartmoor. And I've set up a composition slightly different to what I'd hoped to get from here. But I've shot this location quite a few times, so I've gone for a portrait orientation, and the issue here is because you've got lovely leading lines, you've got lovely branches, bits of mossy rocks and stuff like that, you have to take focus immediately on that in the foreground. And in this instance I've got a nice branch taking you up towards the waterfall, but I took a shot focusing on the branch first of all, and everything else is soft. So the only other way of getting around this is to focus that. So that's exactly what I'm doing. And another issue I've had with this composition is the sky. Because we've got blue skies, because there's no clouds, the sun's getting quite high in the sky now, so it's quite bright. The sky is kind of blown out because it's so dark down here. You can even see here, this camera is really struggling to expose for this, whereas and all of this is perfectly exposed. So I'm having the same problem on the Lumix. So focusing immediately on the foreground, so the branch in the foreground, and exposing for 13 seconds at f16, take that shot, and then I will focus in the mid-ground, slightly further back. There's like a big branch there, some mossy rocks, so I've taken focus on them. Again, same exposure settings, just a polarizer, nothing else. Take a shot again, and then focus on the far background, so just behind the waterfalls there's like a wall there at the back, taking focus on that and exposing for exactly the same settings, f16 and 13 seconds. And later on in post and Photoshop, to merge those three shots together and have focus from front right to back, because it's very, very hard, like I say, to get focus from front to back in a shot like this. So that's what I'm doing to get this shot. So I'm just going to shoot it one more time just to be super safe. Maybe get wet feet, who knows, but a really, really nice location on Dartmoor, and it's nice to be shooting here again. I'll pop this image up on screen for you in a sec. So as you can see, a really, really nice magical location, and certainly a location if you haven't visited before you should visit, because it is lovely. And there's some really nice series of waterfalls and images to be had here, just around the falls anyway, so it doesn't necessarily have to mean shooting the falls, but beautiful, beautiful spot on Dartmoor. Yeah, just taking focus, taking a shot, taking focus somewhere else, taking focus somewhere else, and then blending them all together in Photoshop later on. And it's a really, really nice way of keeping focus pin sharp from front to back, because you just lose it otherwise. It starts to look a little bit naff, so it's nice to be able to stack it and then you just get nice sharp focus from front to back. So we're going to mish it back the top of this hill, back to the car, have some coffee and breakfast and wake up a little bit. But it's nice to be back out with the camera. Got a bit more free time on my hands now, so hopefully the weather will pick up as well. The last couple of days has been really nice. The weather's been absolutely awful, as you guys know, and it's very hard for motivation. But that's how landscape photography and life goes actually in general. So it's getting out there and making an effort. So it's nice to be back out. So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do consider clicking subscribe below. Hello to any new subscribers. I welcome you to my channel. Give us a like, tell us what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.